Hi everyone, welcome again. So in this video, we gonna be uncovering ChatGPT. But as I always do, before we touch upon the topic, let's go to the basics first, right? Let's understand what ChatGPT is, where it is fitting in the whole AI ecosystem, what and why it is different from existing products what are available in the market. So this series will be a part of 8 or 9 videos, a small bite-sized video, maximum length of 20 minutes. The first video will be about uh, the introduction. The second video might be around the architecture, the third video will be around the use cases, the fourth video will be around some implementation, some coding, or some API use cases and all. So we will be, once we go ahead, we will be deciding the topics of the video. But this is just the introduction video. And uh, before we jump to the introduction, let's ask ChatGPT about its own introduction, right? So I'll go for a new chat here and I'll say, what is ChatGPT, right? And from this answer, I think we're gonna be talking about. Let's copy this, and I think from this answer itself, we will come to know how many videos we're gonna be creating, right? So we'll say here, say I'm ChatGPT. I'm a large language model. I'll highlight the most important bits. Okay, ChatGPT is a large language model, right? It's created by OpenAI. OpenAI is again a company which I'll create a small 10 minutes video on OpenAI. It's based on GPT transformer architecture. GPT is generative pre-trained transformer, right? And then specifically on GPT 3.5. And since it mentioned GPT 3.5, we will be making videos around GPT different models, GPT 1, GPT 2, GPT 3, GPT 3.5, GPT 4, and everything. And it is trained on massive amount of text data. We will be discussing what this massive amount of text data is, and it generates human-like responses. So we're gonna be focusing on generate part today. As an AI model, I'm capable of understanding natural language and providing the relevant information. Okay, so now we came to know we're gonna be creating around 4 or 5 videos, or might be more in coming few days, right? In November 2022, when OpenAI released ChatGPT to the public, right, it became so famous that in 5 days 1 million people subscribed to it, right? When we compare it how fast that Netflix took 3.5 years, Airbnb took 2.5 years, Instagram took 2.5 months, and ChatGPT took only 5 days. So it means people were curious, people are curious, people will want to explore it. And I think this is the right time for everyone to know about it, and to at least understand it, right? So let's go to the ChatGPT portal again, and let's see few more things. So the first thing is very clear, that we are giving it a prompt or a question, it is answering it. And let me see one thing. So if I ask one more question, is it generative AI? Yes, a ChatGPT model. I'm a type of generative AI. I'm designed to generate natural language text in response to the given prompt, right? Okay, one thing is clear again, that okay, it's a generative AI model. So let's go 10,000 feet above, and let's see where GPT generative AI fits in the whole AI ecosystem, right? Let me go to my whiteboard. Let's create a new whiteboard. Okay, so let's see one thing. Draw. I'll go for a black pen, expand it again. So we all know that AI is not something new, right? So what is AI? First of all, AI is a way to make machine intelligent so that they can mimic human behavior. On very high level, this is what AI is. So AI is a very broad concept by which we are making machines intelligent so that they can do tasks like we human do, right? And when we see the history, AI has its footprint in 1950s, 1960s, right? Now AI has a subset called machine learning. We all know, very famous again, and this came into existence and become famous around 1997, right? So machine learning, as the name suggests, is a way to make machine learn based on data. So machine learning, we develop an algorithm and we train an algorithm based on lot of data to predict something, to classify something, but it's all about algorithm, right? One new thing which came around 2017 is called deep learning. It's around 2017. So what is deep learning? This is L. Deep learning is a neural network. And what is neural network? Neural network is how our brain work, right? So what scientists did, they tried to mimic the working of brain in form of deep learning network, right? And I'm not covering deep learning here because we will be talking about deep learning as part of generative AI. Now the most recent development is your generative AI, which came into existence around 2021, and GPT, chat GPT is all part of it. So now we came to know one thing, that generative AI is a neural network or a deep learning network, right? And deep learning network is a machine learning network or machine learning, and this is whole AI, and this is where generative AI falls into that AI ecosystem, right? So let's go to our first notebook. So what we know that okay, this is how your neural network work, because we're gonna be talking about deep neural network and generative AI neural network. So in neural network we have neurons. So let's say and we have neurons and we have we have layers, right? So each circle here is a neuron, and there are different layers inside neural network. Two layers are most important one. The first is your input layer, which is taking the input from the user, and then the output layer, which is generating the output for us. But these hidden layers are the layers which are generating or adding weights to the input and decide the direction and what output it will be generating. I know it's complex, but don't worry. So neural network is made up of neurons. It's just how our brain works. Simple. Just on a simple network, right? Let's go. Let's take a step back and let's see the definition of each of them in kind of a bookish language, right? So AI is a broader concept of developing machines or computer system capable of performing tasks that would typically require human intelligence. AI includes various approaches, techniques, and technologies to create intelligent systems such as rule-based system, expert system, machine learning, and deep learning. So when we see here, machine learning and deep learning are part of AI, right? What is machine learning? It's a subset of AI that allows machine to learn from the data and improve performance over time without explicitly program. So this is the most important, but we are not programming it. It will learn from the data, and that's what the learning is. It's not rule based. We just feed it with data, might be, and the algorithm will learn it by itself. Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that use AI networks, particularly deep neural network, to solve complex problem. Deep learning has particularly successful in tasks like image recognition, natural language processing, and speech recognition. And there are different type of deep learning network like CNN, RNN, LSTM, GPD, GAN, AECs, different type of stuff. The last part is generative AI. Generative AI refers to the class of AI models that can generate new data that resembles the training data. These models learn from the underlying structure and pattern of the data to create new original output. Generative, okay, so let me park it here, right? So we have covered AI, ML, deep learning, and now we are touching generative AI. The whole idea of generative AI is it is different from the existing AI or ML models because it can generate something new. And by new I means like for example, we humans, right? Let's say if I'm X year old and I have, let's say if I'm 35 years old, right? And I have read so many books, I have listened so many songs, and now if you ask me to okay, if you ask me what ChatGPT is, even though I might not know ChatGPT, I can understand that ChatGPT is something related to chat. And when we talk about chat, it might be related to chatbot. And when we talk about chatbot, it might be related to the conversation which human will be doing with machines. See, even though I don't know explicitly about ChatGPT, since I have some context, I have learned from the past data, I was able to generate something about ChatGPT. And this is the whole specialty of generative AI. And this is what it is creating buzz in the market. So let's go to the portal again. And last, let's ask the it's again question why it is, and might be it's not able to answer, it is creating buzz in the market. Let's see if it is able to answer, right? ChatGPT and other languages have been creating buzz in the market for several reasons. One key reason is our ability to generate human-like responses. Another reason to buzz around ChatGPT is significant advances in recent years over natural language processing, and finally, the potential application of large language model like ChatGPT and vast. Okay, so it was able to answer it, right? So what I was, obviously answer is correct, but that's not what I wanted to show you. The thing which I want to show you, it is able to generate answer based on something question, and this full answer or the response, it is not reading it from anywhere, it's just generating it by itself. And again, I'm emphasizing on the word generating, right? So okay, how it is different from Google. So when I go to google.com, let's say I'll write it here, what is ChatGPT? What Google did for us, or what Google search engine did for us, it just gave us something from the web pages, from OpenAI, from Wikipedia, but it is not generating something new, right? So this is, I think I'm making a difference here, right? So ChatGPT is generating something new. ChatGPT is not a search engine. You cannot search on it. It is not trained on the data till date. It was trained on historical data, might be till September 2021. So the only difference, the most important difference is it's not a search engine. So you should not use it or think it about a search engine, it like a search engine. It can generate things. It can tell you the facts. For example, let me ask it a question. Who is, and let's say who is, I'm not writing it properly, who is PM of India, right? So as of my knowledge, till September 2021, the Prime Minister of India was Narendra Modi. However, it's important to know that political leadership can change over time. So it's important to verify the information with the current sources. Great. And this is what I was telling you, right? So it might know the answer if it is in its data, which is till September 2021, but it is not a search engine, right? You can use it to generate something. It can be used to write emails. It can be used to generate something new. For example, write a romantic song for me, right? Romantic song, sorry, for me in Hindi, right? So what it will do, it is generating, this song is nowhere existing in Bollywood, right? It is just generating some song for me. And how it's generating, we have fed it with lot of Bollywood song lyrics, and it knows that okay, when we talk about song, it might be rhyme, that okay, for example, we can see that it's a rhyme here, right? And non-English people forgive me, I'm just taking Hindi as an example here. So the whole idea is that okay, it knows what song is, how it will sound in Hindi, what, and it learned it from n number of lyrics which is available on the internet. Simple. Okay, so now what we have learned so far, let's go to our whiteboard. We know that ChatGPT is a deep learning network, and we haven't touched neural network. We will be covering it in 2 minutes or in the next video. But we know, okay, ChatGPT can generate something new, right? Let's see few example of each: AI, ML, deep learning, and generative networks. So when we talk about AI, all our AI powered virtual agent like Siri, Google Assistant are AI, right? EPAM or email filters. When we see, go to our Gmail and we see that okay, it can easily identify what are spam. So there's algorithm, right? And that's what AI is. All the navigation apps like Google Maps or maybe Apple Map, it's all using AI based algorithm to tell you the route. If some congestion is there or construction is going on, it will give you the best route. When we talk about machine learning is about algorithm, is about making machine learn from the data. So for example, if we want a machine to learn a fraud, whether it's a fraud or not, we need to give it all the transactional data, and it will identify the unusual or suspicious activity out of the fraud data. Image recognition is again one of them. Let's say we have a celebrity pic when he is 5-year-old, and we have a celebrity, the same celebrity when he is 35 years old, right? As a human being, we can kind of correlate that okay, might be this is the same celebrity and he or she might look like this when she is or he is 5-year-old, right? So this is what image recognition is. So social media platform like can identify or tag the people based on their facial features. Language translation and personalized marketing is another example. Deep learning, when we talk about more complex thing, voice recognition, self-driving car, handwriting recognition, emotion recognition, we will be talking about deep learning, right? And generative AI, which I don't have the example, but ChatGPT is one of the example. Other example might be around what GPT or OpenAI is doing, generating code for you might have heard a model called Codex or DALL-E, right? We will be talking about all these in next videos. So Codex is a generative AI model which can generate real code for you. So let's say if I ask Codex to write me Java program to integrate it with the database, it will write that JDBC connector and all, and it will generate the classes for me. If I ask what is DALL-E? DALL-E is a image generative AI. So if I ask DALL-E to generate an image astronaut sitting on a horse on the moon surface, so it will generate image for us. So these are few examples of generative AI or GPT, right? Let's see one more thing about generative AI. So and this video, I think this will be the last section for today's video. So let's go to generative AI, right? So generative AI refers to the subset of AI model and data capable of generating new data, often with the aim of mimicking and simulating real world data. These models learn pattern structures, relationship between existing data, and use this knowledge to create novel data points, which may include images, text, music, 3D models, etc. There are different type of model available in the market. Obviously the focus of this series will be GPT, but GPT is not the only one which is available. GPT is the most famous one right now. For example, the other one is generative adversarial networks. This is a type of deep learning network that has two neural network into it, generator and discriminator. Generator will generate something, and then discriminator will tell it whether this result is correct or not, and then it will be fed again into the model, and this is how it will work, right? So GN can be used to generate high quality images, style transfer, data augmentation. The other one, which is not very famous, is called variational autoencoder, a type of the generative model that employs encoder decoder structure. The encoder learns from lower dimensional representation or latent space of the input data, while the decoder reconstruct the original data from the latent representation. Don't worry about it. No, I'm just telling you that okay, there are other models as well. Now, there are other models like GPT are designed for the generative sequence such as text or time series data, but I won't be covering GPT in this thing because GPT is whole new video what we're gonna be covering in a lot of details. But let's see what generative AI can do for us. It can generate arts and design, right? It can be used to create original artwork, data augmentation. In case of data is scarce and imbalanced, generative AI can be employed to generate new data points. Drug discovery, generative AI can be used to generate novel molecular structures. Text and content generation, we have already seen it in ChatGPT. Music composition, generative AI can learn patterns and structure in music to generate new melodies. We have seen it as well in the lyrics, but yeah, on the music side as well it can be done. See, generative AI we can think it like an artist. It took lot of it looks at lot of pictures and read lot of text, and then it makes its own picture or text that is similar but not same. That's the most important word. That is similar but not same. So it means it will bring out something new every time when we ask it something. It's like having a robot that can paint like famous artists, write stories like popular authors, and compose music like famous musician. So I'll stop this video here. And again, this video was about generative AI. In the next video, we will be focusing on GPT and transformer models, and we will see the other videos as well. But in the comment section, please let me know what else you guys want to hear from me. What else, which other topics about GPT you want me to explore, and we can discuss it in the comment section. Again, thanks a lot for the time, and please subscribe and share this. This is first video of the series again, so we will be covering all hell lot of topics in the next few videos. Thanks a lot, really appreciate it.